Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today we're lucky enough to have on Nick Allbrook from Pond. The band is ready to release their ninth full-length album that is aptly titled Nine, and it's out on October 1st. I've listened multiple times at this point. It's amazing, and I can't wait to hear all about it. Nick, thank you so much for coming on today. How are you doing?
Good. How are you going?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. It's a great day to talk about music, so let's do it. Uh, the first thing that I'd love to know about is I kind of want to know, is there an overarching theme or message for Nine? I know that on past albums you've touched on topics like climate change and the government, so I'd like to know if there's a specific focus for this record.
Um, nah, not so much. Not like the last one.
No?
I think in general, like lyrically and musically, we sort of wanted to just kind of be a bit freer, exploring, um, like, but in following that sort of abstraction, um, you do come back to themes that are kind of hard to ignore, like the climate emergency,
Right.
um and like it comes out even though I was starting a lot of the lyric writing talking about, you know fairly, everyday sort of stuff, like writing a poem about my slippers or something
Sure.
would end up moving into, by free association, moving into
Sure.
something a bit more weighty.
Nice. All right, so you kept it pretty loose. That's all right. And like I said, lyrically, it didn't seem like there was this kind of like grand, encompassing message, but that's all right. Album still
No,
drops no matter what.
yeah, it's not Tommy. We're not Rush on this
That's all
one.
right. You don't need to be. You're Pond. So I got the opportunity to speak with Joe all about Shiny's Democracy about a month ago or so. And we got to
Cool.
talking about how some of the songs on Nine were created. He basically told me that you guys were picking out sections of your studio jams and sort of running with them. Can you elaborate a little bit on what it was looking like in the studio for you guys?
Yeah, well, like Joe probably said, it was we set we did it onto tape, which is really a real luxury.
Sure.
So we just sort of set a tape reel going. A lot of the times we just did complete improvisation, but we'd start off the improvisation by putting on an 808 beat,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
just something to anchor the flow, and then yeah, fuck around
Just kind of
and
rolled with it.
make some hein- some heinous noises, some good noises, and then just like get to the end and suddenly it would go and start again.
All right. Yeah, it seems pretty simple. Just kind of get in there and jam.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great.
well,
Really.
I'm sure that all the songs that are about to be released are special to you in your own way. But is there a specific unreleased track that you're most excited for listeners to hear?
Ye- um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm very excited for them to hear um, "Take Me Avalon." I'm young,
Yeah.
and the first track of the
Yeah.
album, "Song for
Song for
Agnes."
Agnes, that one was perfect. Like it was so unassuming coming into the album, but you kind of get thrown right into it. Uh,
Yeah.
Great intro. I was also partial to Rambo. I thought that that
Oh,
was
cool.
pretty damn good, I gotta say.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah,
Cheers.
man. Well, yeah, everyone's gonna love it. Obviously, it's coming out in a little bit, but the singles that have come out have been great, and so have the music videos. You guys, like the album rollout has been spectacular so far. So, Loving
Oh,
that.
cool.
Um,
Good.
I want to know though, so obviously touring has been a little tough. I know that you guys had some shows scheduled around Australia, but unfortunately those were postponed. Looking towards a
Yeah.
brighter future, though, I kind of want to get a glimpse of how you all go about creating a set list these days, considering you've got so many amazing songs to pull from. What do you decide what gets cut and what gets added?
Oh,
It's impossible.
it's really, yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot to consider.
yeah, man.
Some things we've been playing for a long time,
Yeah,
and they still feel good for some reason. Um, and some things we've been playing for not very long, and it just doesn't. We're not vibing on it anymore or something.
I know what you mean.
There is like, yeah, there's obligation, I suppose, like
Yeah, there
sometimes,
totally is.
but I feel like, people will get over being disappointed if they don't hear,
No,
whatever, moth wings or something,
sure.
giant tortoise.
Well, you
Um,
can't not play
but
jazz.
there's also like, there's there's like there's boring things to consider too, like how long the set is. You know?
I guess. I mean,
Like,
listen, you've got 9 albums at this point, so it's like, unless you're cutting so many songs or you're adding time to your set list, you know what I mean? But I know that there's
yeah,
constraints. But yeah, you do have obligations. Like, you're not going to get through a set and not, well, hopefully not close with Man, It Feels Like Space again. Like, you can't take that out. But then there's also the ones that you guys love. So I guess it's complicated. Do you
yeah,
have any idea what from this
yeah,
album is
totally.
for sure going to be on there?
Which are gonna be in the set.
Yeah, do you like have you
Well,
prepared anything?
we've already been playing Pink Lynette's and
Nice.
America's Cup. Um, I think we should be able to. I don't know. We'll try to figure out a way to play a song for Agnes, but
It's tough.
there's particular vocal guests that we won't be able to pack up in a road case and take around the world.
It's reasonable.
Yeah, yeah, that would be
Well, I'm looking forward to it no
horrifying.
matter what. Whatever you decide to do, it's going to be a great set list. Um, I want to know though. This is less of a pond question and more of a question for you specifically. Nick, I've just got to
Mhm.
say it. You're 100% the most underrated frontman in all of music right now, in my opinion. If anyone has seen you in a live setting, they'd be able to confirm that. How do you personally prepare for getting on a stage before a gig?
Um, it's changed over the years,
Yeah.
Um, I try and yeah, I was inspired by our keyboardist Jamie, who maintained that if you start drinking an hour an hour before,
Sure.
not longer,
No.
and you started off with, you know, a hard straight tequila, then by the time you're on, you're not drunk, you're not wasted, but you've got the
I get that.
euphoria and the buzz.
There is that sweet spot
Um,
that you don't
so
want
I
to
try and
overdo.
you don't want to overshoot it, and I think we all overshot it for many, many, many years.
That's all right.
Um,
I don't think anyone has been
um,
able to tell, so you're good. Keep doing what
yeah,
works
but
for you.
I try and I try and stretch,
Okay.
try and stretch a lot,
Yeah, that makes sense. Um,
and yeah, that's about it.
yeah.
Stretching, try listen to
All right.
I like listening to Midnight Oil before
Well,
going on.
tequila, stretching,
Yeah,
midnight oil. Sounds like a recipe for success right there. I'm into
yeah,
that. Okay, cool.
yeah, totally.
Well, you guys have been playing shows for quite a while now. Is there one specifically that stands out or was the most rewarding for some reason?
Oh, yeah, there were lots, man. I mean, like the last year we played a festival, um, Wave Rock Festival,
Okay,
which is out in the desert in Western Australia, and that was rewarding just for the pure. It was the best party in the world at that time.
that's awesome.
Like unquestionably, there was nowhere else in the world that was having as much of that sort of a time, and it definitely got to a point in the night where you could feel it quite strongly, and I think everyone really sort of emotionally appreciated the fact that were we were lucky, and it probably wasn't the best gig we'd ever played,
That's all right.
but
Sometimes
yeah,
it's not
it was
about
very
that.
special for that reason.
It is about the feeling, like borderline
Mm,
spiritual at the moment, where you're kind of connecting with everyone and just feeling it. I get that.
yeah,
That's
straight
awesome.
up.
So I personally know nothing about recording, production, or gear, but I know that there are a lot of people that watch these interviews who are looking for tips. Is there any one thing that you'd
Right.
like to suggest to the amateur independent musician?
Fuck. Depends what you're doing, you know. God, if you're I suppose just like keeping the teenager alive
Yeah,
and staying giddy about what you're playing, and if that means you've been shredding on guitar for a while and you can't bear to play another pentatonic scale, or like you find yourself running scales or something like that, just like look up a YouTube tutorial of the song that you're like most into at that time.
all right.
You know,
So
I
keep it
managed to keep
loose.
myself out of a years long guitar, like boredom with guitar,
Yeah.
by looking up like uh east like North African desert blues kind of style.
Oh,
I didn't master it. I just was like fucking sick, cool. Or like, I was trying to learn lots of the kind of Studio One reggae bass lines.
oh, okay, okay.
Because you don't get better than that.
That's true. That's true.
Or try a new instrument. Yeah.
All right. I think that's good advice for
I don't know. It's
anyone
hard.
looking. Yeah, man, because obviously everyone functions differently. Everyone has their own thing that they're doing. I get it. Got to keep it loose. Keep it
Yeah.
loose and keep it
Yeah.
fresh, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But
yeah, yeah.
as far as gear
Oh
goes,
yeah.
get yourself an interface.
Okay. Sounds
Start with the
expensive.
basics.
Sweet man. So I want to know, one of the main focuses here at We Write About Music is putting the spotlight on independent musicians. So is there anyone, I guess, locally
Mhm.
or just even anyone that you're listening to that you'd like to shout out at the moment? Someone that's not getting enough credit for what they're doing.
Yeah, so many. Um, Myriad Sun. Myriad Sun
Okay.
is a local Perth act that one of the best, so creative, so original, so fucking energetic, multidisciplinary
Nice.
hip hop, jazz, light installation, um, incredible live show, amazing energy. It's like it's funny, it's abstract, it's banging, it's politically and socially meaningful. They just fucking rock.
Hell yeah. All right. I'm going to check them out right after this. Thank you.
Do it.
Myriad
See,
Sun.
Myriad Sun.
All right. All right. Sweet. Nick, I've only got a couple more for you. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
All good.
So I want to know, we are like two-thirds of the way through 2021. Are there any like personal goals, musical or not, that you've set for yourself that you kind of hit this year, you're still working towards?
Um, Man, honestly, no, no. Like, I'm trying to run 150 kilometers this month.
Oh wow, that's a personal
Um,
goal. What are you talking about?
oh yeah,
That's
true,
a
true.
ton.
But as far as like, I want to record, you know,
No. I
as
mean,
far as numerical, uh, uh, achievements or stuff like that, not really. I guess I want to keep my, keep the radar, keep the antenna on, and stay kind, uh, keep the loving kindness flowing.
there you go. That's what the world needs right now. A little more love and kindness. That's all
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
really do, man. Keep it simple. All right, I've got one last question for you, and it's something that I like to end these with. The question is basically for those who are going to discover you and Pond from this, and for those that are going to explore your music for the first time, is there an opening message that you'd like to share with them as they kind of enter into the world that you guys have created?
um, Man, I don't know if it takes your fancy, great. If it doesn't, there's plenty more stuff out there. Enjoy yourself.
Solid. I think that's a great way to end it. Nick, I really appreciate you taking your time. It's been a pleasure to get to talk to you, but also just like the best time getting to see you guys live and follow your career over the last 5, 6 years. So thank you for all that you do. I really appreciate it. And for everyone else out there, Pawns 9 comes out on October 1st. Stream it, listen to it, pre order it. I'm sure there's still vinyl available. Yeah, Nick, thank you so much again for your time.
No worries, Austin.
All right, take care. Have a good rest of your
Have a
day.
good one.
Bye bye.
Bye.